Tragedy at Utah Valley University. Charlie Kirk shot and killed during campus speech. A politically charged and deeply unsettling event unfolded on September 10, 2025, at Utah Valley University, UVU, where Charlie Kirk, conservative commentator and co-founder of Turning Point USA, was fatally shot during a campus speech. The attack not only shocked attendees but also raised pressing concerns over rising political violence in the United States. The incident. Moments of panic. The shooting occurred just after noon during the inaugural stop of Kirk's American Comeback Tour. The event was held outdoors on the UVU campus and drew hundreds of attendees, including students, staff, and local supporters. Witnesses recall that the violence erupted during a tense exchange. An audience member asked Kirk about the number of mass shootings in the U.S. over the past decade. Kirk began to answer, but within seconds, a sharp cracking sound echoed through the crowd. He recoiled, blood visible on his neck, before collapsing. Chaos immediately followed, as attendees screamed, ducked for cover, and rushed to escape the open courtyard. Swift response and conflicting reports. Emergency personnel rushed to the scene, and Kirk was transported to a local hospital in critical condition. Despite medical intervention, he succumbed to his injuries later that afternoon. In the initial aftermath, reports about the shooter were conflicting. Some officials suggested that a suspect had been apprehended, while others confirmed that the gunman remained at large. Investigators later revealed that the shot appeared to have been fired from a building roughly 200 yards away, suggesting the attack was both premeditated and carefully planned. Federal authorities, including the Justice Department and FBI, quickly opened an investigation. Utah Governor Spencer Cox condemned the attack as a political assassination, while the Deputy Attorney General called it a senseless act of violence. Charlie Kirk's death and legacy. At just 31 years old, Charlie Kirk was one of the most influential young voices in American conservatism. As the co-founder of Turning Point USA, he was known for his fiery speeches on college campuses, his presence in conservative media, and his role in mobilizing young voters. Kirk's death leaves a significant void in right-wing political activism. Many supporters viewed him as a leading figure in the conservative youth movement, often drawing comparisons to earlier generations' political icons. Former President Donald Trump, a close ally of Kirk, confirmed his death and ordered flags to be flown at half-staff. In a statement, Trump said that Kirk understood the heart of the youth better than anyone and called him a patriot whose voice will never be silenced. Tributes poured in from political leaders across the spectrum, with many condemning the attack and calling for unity in the face of political violence. Broader context: rising political violence. The assassination of Charlie Kirk is the latest in a troubling wave of politically motivated violence in the U.S. Recent years have seen several high-profile incidents, including the attempted assassination of Donald Trump in 2024, the attack on Paul Pelosi in 2022, multiple threats and assaults against sitting lawmakers and judges. Experts warn that the normalization of violent rhetoric and the deepening political divide in the U.S. are contributing to an increasingly volatile environment. Kirk's death has reignited debates about political extremism, gun access, and the safety of public figures. What this means. The attack on Charlie Kirk has raised urgent questions about the future of political discourse in America. It highlights the vulnerability of public figures, especially those speaking in open or university settings, and underscores the need for stronger security protocols at political events. Beyond logistics, the tragedy also serves as a chilling reminder of how fragile democratic dialogue can become when violence is allowed to replace debate. For many, Kirk's death symbolizes both the dangers of the current political climate and the urgent need for reconciliation across partisan lines. Conclusion. The shooting of Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University was not just the death of a political commentator, it was a violent assault on the principle of free speech and open dialogue. While the investigation into the shooter's motives continues, one truth remains clear: America must confront the rising tide of political violence before more lives and voices are silenced.